Please take your seat.
Here reopens the court of North Shield. Their Majesties call forth Margurite Medicus, companion of the Pelican.
Hey, birthday girl. I understand you may have some business in our court, is that correct?
Indeed I do. I have business in your Majesties. And in fact, unfortunately, my dear beloved is unable to be here today.
Nope, he's here. I disarmed him. So at golf course, he showed up with a knife in his beak. But no, he's here.
Well,
He's fine. He's paying attention to you, so.
well, you take precedence. I was going to say, well, so my husband and I have been in the court as long-standing and dedicated companions of the Order of the Pelican. We totally and heartily and firmly request
Well, if it be a right and proper thing and within our power, speak and it shall be yours.
we request loudly that Bastien and Coquette be included in our Order of Pelican.
Very good. Yes, please call forth the order.
Masters and mistresses of the Pelican, present yourselves before their Majesties.
And again, if you would like to bring chairs, it is absolutely acceptable.
By the way, I really like what you've done with the art. Oh, thank you. I knew immediately whose it was.
We also request at this time any members of the orphanage, both present and those who were members of the orphanage. If you would like to come forward, please do so now. Please call forth the candidates.
Their Majesties summon Margurite Coquette de Lyon and Bastien de la Mesa before them.
Members of the orphanage, can you attest to Coquette and Bastien's care and compassion? And do you certify their worthiness to continue to foster the spirit of North Shield in all who need their guidance and further endorse their status as leaders and peers of the realm.
Yes.
Your Majesty, I am Baldwin Margurite, the first uncle of the orphan. May I please address the father?
Please do so.
To speak to the care and compassion that Bastien and Coquette have shown through the orphanage is like trying to describe a sunrise. Words fail to convey the depth and breadth. Nevertheless, I will try. The ultimate symbol of the orphanage is the tea tent. It has become a staple of North Shield camping events, rising majestically into the air. It is a tent built without walls to show that all are welcome to seek shelter, hospitality, and companionship. It is much the same with Bastien and Coquette. Whether you are seeking a hot meal or a warm smile, they give selflessly of their time, talents, and wisdom. The only thing they do not tolerate is intolerance. The only thing they hate is hatred, and you will find neither in their company. In the orphanage's short history, more than a dozen orphans have been adopted as students or dependents, and still others have grown to become aunties and uncles in the orphanage, helping to build a home for those who are seeking their chosen family in the SCA. Bastien and Coquette have poured out their love and kind-heartedness into the orphanage, and in doing so have overflowed into our kingdom and the known world. And your majesties, there is no doubt that they shall continue to do so.
Cerise, companion of the Order of the Chivalry, can you attest to Coquette and Bastien's honor?
I can. Though Gwen was not able to be here, we both feel that, a partnership, be it romantic, platonic, short-term, long-term, can accelerate prowess, which is usually what the ships speak to. Sharing that, planning together, debriefing, assessing, helps both of you grow, as well as finding the gaps in each other. With that, bringing the honor and integrity and the people that this society exists because of, and having people feel welcome and have a place to come back. These two have been doing this for years. There is a reason we call them their excellencies when we inducted them as barons of our court. Helping, guiding, sheltering while people find their footing, doing those things quietly, or not so quietly. They are the extroverts that I am not. To this, and what they provide to North Shield and society, they are our peers.
Master Yehuda, Master, do you have words to speak from Master Vladimir and Mistress Petronella, companions of the Order of Laurel?
Your Majesties, I do. And had I known that I was going to be speaking for such splendid personages as Vlad and Petronella,
have dressed more splendidly. Greetings, your majesties and assembled nobles. We are honored to speak today on behalf of Bastien and Coquette. Art takes many forms. The obvious art of sewing is something we prize and is a skill Coquette excels in. Another art that is near and dear to our hearts is the ability to speak well, entertain, and inspire others with our word. Perhaps there is one such person being elevated today. I am explicitly instructed here to give that one a significant look. For those of you who can't see the significant look, I'm directing at his back. However, today, we wish to speak of the art of hospitality. For this is an art in which Bastien and Coquette have few peers. The way they gather new people, teach and nurture them, and encourage them to branch out and find their own path is an inspiration that could be followed by us all and increases the nobility and fecundity of our kingdom. Without the magnificent efforts by individuals like them, the beautiful tree that is the dream we all share would wither and die. We aspire to one day be able to nurture and inspire future generations as these two peers have done. We eagerly commend them to you, Vlad and Petronella.
Thank you. Maestra Margurite, a companion of the Order of Defense, can you attest to Coquette and Bastien's courtly grace?
I can, and these words also come from my husband. The grave duck. I will try and keep this short, although we have known Bastien particularly and Coquette as well since the world was young. And at first, Bastien particularly we've known him since we were all rapier fighters and no one was anything and nothing mattered except joy and the sword. And Bastien's particular grace, courtly as we were not at that time, was to bring that joy to others and show that on the field with, there was no, what we call, there was sprezzatura, grace, in the sense that it was effortless for him. It was effortless for him to show joy, to be joy in picking up that sword and bringing others to it. Good, bad, as otherwise, it was that grace in being on the field. And being in this company, this dream of the SCA. And he continued, and we continued with him. And at some point, he felt a need to, that joy left him, and he needed to take a break. And we missed him. And then he found Coquette. And Coquette said, I need you. And Coquette brought that joy back. And she brought something else, that wonderful organization. The ability to bring organization that brings grace, because it makes it look easy on the end side. It makes it look effortless. That sprezzatura, that end result that is beautiful in execution. And so it came back, both of them together, each complementing each other. Because you cannot fight with a sword unless you have an other. No one fights alone. Everyone has a partner, sometimes an opponent, but usually a partner on the field that we enjoy and brings together a beautiful project that ends in a beautiful outcome. Sprezzatura, grace, effortlessness. This, with the joy it ends in, is Bastien and Coquette. And we enjoy their outcome, that grace on the field and on. They are my peers. They are my beloved friends, our beloved friends, and I love them.
Thank you so much.
Duke Lars and Duchess Mary, royal peers of North Shield, can you attest to Coquette and Bastien's nobility?
Yes.
Spirit, give it a minute. It is lovely to be here today with everybody and to speak for these two people. And actually, I want to thank them for the opportunity to speak as a pair. Because I've spoken as a royal peer or a Lady of the Rose more than once, and it always feels a little bit unbalanced because I am a royal peer because Lars won. And then together we reigned. And that is the get me there so I can shine type of moment that I think epitomizes your relationship, and it is incredibly balanced. There are a lot of people who see the orphanage and feel that it is your salon and your project, and behind the scenes, Bastien literally gets you there and sets up, and he is your support. And on the field where he is working, or in the party domes, I don't know better words, sphere parties, but in his shenanigans of all shapes and sizes, he did not get there alone. You got him there, and he took it from there. And it's hard to go last because a lot of what we wanted to say has been said in one way or another, but the organization that you freely give, the service that you freely give to each other to make the other person shine, and then the times where you are together and making a perfect pair that support each other is what makes you our peer. But there's one.
The spaces you create and the room you make for people to be themselves takes a tremendous amount of passion and work. And you do it with such grace. And not only do you build these spaces, but you fill them with life and love, and you make people feel welcome to come in. It's absolutely astounding. It is actions such as yours that take North Shield from a hobby into a home. Thank you. They are our peers.
Thank you. Anne and Jeffrey, bears of North Shield, can you attest to Coquette and Bastien's guidance and counsel?
I, Jeffrey, am here to speak to the merit of Bastien de la Mesa.
And I, Anne Jeffries of Lori, am here to speak of the merit of Coquette de Lyon.
A bear of North Shield is given to those who embody the spirit of the kingdom. We believe the same is true for peers of our kingdom. His Excellency Bastien has demonstrated the spirit of North Shield in his many activities. I will mention a couple of examples. In the area of rapier combat, as has been mentioned, he has helped many generals experience that joy of rapier combat by helping them get started fighting and by training them to be successful. This even went to the extent of his agreeing to be commander of the most recent Gulf Wars Army, where he trained individuals to have the best experience on the field that they could have and fight with their fellow North Shielders. Another example of this spirit of North Shield is bartending and organizing parties. Now, some people might say this doesn't embody the spirit of the kingdom. But I would say there is no greater example than the bringing together of people, the sharing of stories, and the meeting of new folks.
Her Excellency Coquette has always shown the joy of life, inclusiveness, willing to try something new. As I should know, when she first started, she ended up making her costume right there on the floor that we were at that night. Show others kindness, volunteer, support others in their quest of knowledge, volunteer, and more. These are traits that encompass the spirit of North Shield. One only needs to see the work she has done with the orphanage. She encourages others to enjoy every part of being a North Shielder. Even though their excellencies have different interests, and personalities, they have blended together a force that shines through the spirit that is North Shield. Your Majesties, we could not commend a better representation of what is North Shield than their Excellencies Coquette and Bastien.
Thank you. Baroness Cynthia and Baroness Elysius, as members of the populace, can speak of Coquette and Bastion's quality as a peer.
We are honored to speak on behalf of the populace for Bastien and Coquette. This generous pair have been part of our SCA journey from the very beginning. Bastien put the very first sword in my hand, and at my very first event, Coquette provided games and laughter, drinks, and a really joyous atmosphere. They always have very eager hearts and open arms for everybody, whether it's the hospitality of the tea tent, which is a gathering place, as we know, for lost boys and orphans. And they like to take others by the hand, to both lead by example, but also to push them through when they need it. They really embody the virtues of leading by example, but also honor and fun. They always make the best first impression, warm and welcoming, and it lets you know that you found your place and your people, and as others have said, your home. So thank you for your service.
So my first impression was made before Coquette discovered her true home here in North Shield. But I have gotten to watch her bloom and her passion grow, and she searches for these young, experienced ducklings, supports the old gray gooses, and includes everyone in her encouragement to find their dreams, most importantly with an element of fun. Bastien, the fun was already there. From the stories I have heard, and there are many, oh so many, but I have seen you've discovered the meaning in what we all seek as members of this kingdom. Dedication, honor, and knowing that a game should be enjoyed. Together, through your many efforts and contributions, Bastien and Coquette have become undeniable pillars of our community. Their truest gift together is empowering and guiding others to find their own dreams and place in our kingdom. Their impression is long-lasting on any who is fortunate enough to meet them.
Noble Order, is it your opinion that Coquette and Bastien are worthy of elevation into the Order of the Pelican?
Aye! Coquette and Bastien, right mindful of your service to society and the wishes of your peers, we resolve to create you companions of the Order of the Pelican. Know that to be a peer is to hold a sacred trust, that the obligation will demand your efforts every moment of your lives.
A peer must seek excellence in all endeavors, not for their own good, but for the good of others.
A peer must always seek justice, truth, tempered with mercy.
A peer must remain loyal to the people and the ideals they choose to live by.
A peer must always defend their kingdom, their family, and those who depend upon them.
A peer must have the courage to sacrifice for the precepts and people they value.
A
peer must have faith in their beliefs.
A
peer values the contributions of others and does not boast of their own accomplishments.
A peer must be generous as far as their resources allow.
A peer recognizes that true nobility arises from the journey, not the destination.
Seek to emulate all of this as sincerely as possible, not for personal gain, but because it is right. Do not restrict your exploration to a small world, but seek to infuse every aspect of your life with these qualities. Should you succeed in even a tiny measure, then you will be well remembered for your quality and virtue. Knowing all of this, do you desire to accept elevation into this order?
Will you continue to pledge, or will you pledge to continue to uphold the honor of this order?
Will you increase your labors and talents as nobly befits one of your rank?
I will.
And seek to extend your talents and abilities throughout the society?
I will.
Will you teach and assist any dependents you may have to serve as you have served?
I will.
Then let all and sundry hear our will in full.
When the work is done by one, it's not really any fun. But two who put their brains together, there is no storm they cannot weather. Coquette and Bastien, hand in hand, have made their impact across the land, sheltering, watering, guiding home those who were otherwise alone. Thus do we, Isabel and Ingvar, spread their word fame near and far. So raise your glass, toast, and cheer. We named them Pelicans. They are our peers.
Words by Pelican, scroll by Safe Alkmaar.
Do you wish to swear fealty or pledge service at this time?
I here pledge service to the town of Lyon, to ever serve this crown, to lead by my example, all who serve our community, to diligently serve our neighbor, to give true and faithful counsel, to teach the innocent and guide the lost,
To shelter the needy and sheep.
to feed and shelter the needy and guide the lost, to seek the path and light the way. Here by my honor, my hand, and my heart do I duly swear. Margurite, Coquette.
We accept your offer of service and leadership, and will rely on you to advise us wisely, as you serve and guide Northshield, with honor and charity. We act towards you respectfully in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath. Bastien, do you wish to swear fealty or pledge service at this time?
I do.
I here pledge service to the crown of Northshield. I give my service and wisdom to you. For the prosperity of his kingdom. I will strive to diligently serve. Wherever. And to act with honor and charity. The way that I provide my life. Give you friendship. For Northshield. Here by my honor, and my heart. Bastien. We accept your offer of service and leadership.
We accept your offer of service and leadership, and will rely on you to advise us wisely, as you serve and guide Northshield, with honor and charity. We will act towards you respectfully in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break this solemn oath. Is there a medallion?
Oh, I think we got it.
Yep, we do. We'll do those next. The legacy was read earlier this day, and now we add 2 more to that. May I have both of your hands, please? Now take from our hands the symbol of your order, which creature will nourish its young when necessary with the blood from its own breast. Wear it proudly that all may recognize your service as we have acknowledged it this day. Are there cloaks?
By all means, Your Majesty, there are. I'm a lucky man in the fact that my beloved lady wife makes arts and creations in various styles for people that she loves and have given so much to all of us. I am a lost boy, like my brother Bastien is. And he and Coquette have been there for myself and my lady wife when no one else was. This is couched silk embroidery in the Italian style with a little tiny beret, especially named to our dear Coquette. And in the Spanish style, gilded, wool felted for our dear Bastien. They are the same, but yet they are different to reflect our brother and our sister. We would both like to welcome you both very much to the order. You have our love, you have our joy.
Thank you, Your Excellency. The cloak is a reminder of the responsibility of the peer to shelter and give aid to those who come to them in need or seeking knowledge. Let the weight of the cloak help remind you of this duty. Is there a chapeau?
Oui, Your Majesty.
The cap of maintenance is the symbol of the Pelican. Just for us, the cap of maintenance supports the crown and makes it easier to bear. So the Pelican supports the kingdom and it eases the burden of its rulers.
Are there any other symbols? Then please turn and greet our populace as the newest members of the Order of the
Margurite, Coquette de Lyon, and Magister Bastien de la Mesa, companions of the Order of the Pelican, vivant! Vivant!
Escort our newest members out of court. You are dismissed.